Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 11 books I read in the month of March. So, we're going to start out with the stats for March. I read a total of 11 books. 5 of them were fantasy books, 3 of them were romance books, and 3 of them were mystery thrillers. 2 of them were advanced readers copies that I got on my phone as ebooks, and then 2 I checked out from the library, and then 7 I read from my own library. I can't believe I read 11 books because that's kind of crazy, but I did. I don't know, but and one I listened to mostly on audiobook form. So yeah, we're gonna get right into this so that it doesn't take me all afternoon. But yeah, March was definitely a good reading month. So I started out the month with The Rose Bargain, which I had started in February when I was on my vacation to Florida. You can go watch that vlog. I talked about this in that, but I didn't finish it until March. I love this book. The only other Fae book I read was The Cruel Prince, and I didn't really love that one. So it was cool to read it again in this and like it. But this follows Ivy, and it has some other random point of views, but mainly Ivy. And she lives in 1848 England, I think. Yeah, and she's human, and Fae lives amongst them. It used to be like secret, but now they like have taken over the world. And if you don't know what Fae are, they're basically humans, but they have magic, and some have like blue skin or like deer antlers, like stuff like that. And they can't lie, supposedly. And anyways, so Ivy is come of age. She's turned 18. So when you turn 18, you get a bargain from the queen, the fairy queen, and like in return for your bargain, say, I want prettier hair, I want clearer skin, I want prettier fingernails, like stuff like that. You ask for as your bargain, and then the queen will give it to you for a price. Like, say she could take your pinky finger, you can never turn left again, like all that stuff. It's really odd what she takes from you. But it's that day. Ivy's going to get her bargain. She doesn't know what she's gonna do. Then the queen is like, actually, how about, do any of you want to marry my son? And they're like, so they all go in to marry her son, Bram, and it's like a competition, kind of Selection vibes. If you read The Selection and you liked it, definitely pick this up. I brand it as like a mix of The Selection and The Cruel Prince, even though I didn't like The Cruel Prince. It's those 2 books mixed together, basically. Selection vibes between 6 girls, including Ivy, to win basically Bram as their husband, and they get to be the next queen. And it's just that. It's really good. I really loved it. Plot twist. Holy crap. But definitely worth your time. Definitely pick this up if you're in. Definitely, I think it could be a spring book. I don't read much fantasy, and when I do, I usually like it, so pick The Rose Bargain up. I rated it 4.75 stars. Almost a 5-star. Then I read Just Friends by Haley Pham. This came out on March 3rd. I started reading this the day it came out. This has been an anticipated release for me since Haley announced it. Yeah, I think the cover's really cute. It looks like her and her husband. Yeah, I just like all the little details. Like, there's a bird on the D, and then on the back there's a bird on the B. Character Declan and main character Blair. So I just thought that was a cute touch. But anyways, this book follows Blair and Declan. They used to be the best of friends in high school, like the best of friends, and then it slipped into more. Then something happened and they're torn apart. It's following them years later when Blair comes back to town after college because her aunt is dying. So there's grief aspect in here. It's just trying to figure out what happened between them to make them not be together and not speak for 4 years. I liked it. It's getting a lot of hate online, but I don't understand the hate. It's Haley's debut novel. I don't know, but it's getting a lot of hate. I don't really know why. They're saying that it's not very good and that it's only a New York Times bestseller because Haley's a YouTuber, which, yeah, I understand. As someone who just published their first book, I understand that it is kind of just getting handed to Haley because she has 3 million followers on YouTube, and she just writes her first book and it's instantly a New York Times bestseller, which is kind of annoying, but I'm happy for her. I don't know. People I think are just jealous that she's got so much fame, that her book does so well, but I don't know. She's just getting a lot of hate for it, but I don't understand. That was a long-winded explanation, but 4.5 stars for Just Friends. I can't say because it's spoiler, but just know I loved how it wrapped up, and I can't say, but we'll point that out, okay? Then I read The Thorn Queen, which is the second and last book in the Rose Bargain duology. I got this as a advanced reader's copy. I think it comes out in April. But I read this. So good. So good. I like how the series wrapped up. I love epilogues. I don't know if that's just me. Like, I love epilogues when books do that and they like show us where the characters are, say 10 years from now. I love that. I know some people hate that, like they like to leave it up to their imagination, but I adore epilogues. But yeah, I can't say much about this. It's just following the Rose Bargain and wrapping that stuff up. 4.25 stars for this one. Then I read Wings of Starlight, which I annotated. I read this for school. It wasn't chosen by my school to read, but I was assigned a end of year assignment for, you have to make a presentation in a paper and you have to do all this stuff, but you can choose the book that you want to do it on. And I just went to the bookstore and bought this because I've been recommended it. It sounded good. So, and I love the Disney fairy movies. So I was like, okay. So I did this one. I didn't, so I did not go into this knowing what it was about. I did not go into this knowing it follows the Queen of Pixie Hollow. I did not put 2 and 2 together. I didn't know, and it tore my heart out. If you know, you know. I didn't realize. But if you don't know anything about Disney fairies, read this if you want your heart torn out. It's so good. But if you have watched the Disney movies, still read it. But at least you know what you're getting yourself into. I should have known what I was getting myself into, but for some reason I forgot. I don't know. Anyways, this follows Clarion before she becomes Queen of Pixie Hollow. She's being trained to be queen, and she is not loving it. She's not having a good time. And then monsters start coming out of the Winter Woods, which in fairy world, in Pixie Hollow, there's autumn fairies, winter fairies, spring fairies, summer fairies. Clarion's a summer fairy. All the warm seasons do not talk to winter. So when monsters start coming out of winter and like attacking the warm fairies, it's not good, and they are like, we can't have the border to winter open anymore, blah, blah, blah. Clarion goes to the border of winter and meets Mallory, who is the warden of the Winter Woods, and they start like a friendship and trying to stop these monsters from hurting the fairies. 4.75 stars, probably my favorite book of the month. boy. I read Four Found Dead for book club, for library book club. This is a thriller set in Ohio, and yeah, I really liked it. It was a interesting change of pace because you know who the killer is from the very beginning. But it's basically these 7 people trapped in this mall that's under construction and they can't get out. And there's a person hunting down and killing them, and 4 end up dead. So yeah, it was a good thriller. I read it in less than 24 hours. It went really fast and I was really hooked. Like every page there was something else happening. So yeah, I rated it 4 stars. Then I read The Last Thing He Told Me, another thriller. This was for my other book club. This was good, not great. I've read better thrillers, but it was an interesting premise. Basically, our main character, Hannah, her husband leaves because the business he works for has this fraud stuff and he doesn't want caught up in it, and there's a lot of stuff in his backstory that he doesn't want out, basically. I don't know, but it's her and his daughter basically trying to figure out why he left and all this stuff. It was interesting. I rated it 3.75 stars. There is a second book. I don't think I'm going to pick it up, but I did have a good time at book club. Good discussion. Then I read 13 Little Love Stories. This is the second advanced reader's copy that I got this month. I only got this because Lynn Painter has a short story in it. My queen, Lynn Painter. That's her shelf there. Anyways, that was the best story in it. It would be 5 stars. Need a full version immediately. Come on, Lynn, take my money. Make it a full book, please. Anyways, but that was my favorite of it. It'd be 5 stars. So good. But it's just 13 short love stories by 13 different authors, inspired by Taylor Swift songs, but I didn't see the Taylor Swift inspiration. It was just 13 short romance books. But I hated 3 of them. The other ones were alright. Lynn Painter's the best. So 4 stars for 13 Little Love Stories. Then I read Anna and the French Kiss. This book was so good. So good. But I've been reading off of my 26 to read in 2026 list, or trying to, because my 25 to read in 2025, I waited till the very end of 2025 before I started reading them, and that stressed me out. So I'm trying to get my 26 done earlier in the year. I've read 7 so far, and this was one on the list. But this follows Anna and her parents ship her off to Paris to go to boarding school for her last year of high school. And she instantly is put into this friend group. And this friend group has so much drama. She starts catching feelings for the one guy, St. Clair, which that's his last name, but everyone calls him St. Clair. She calls him his real name, which I cannot pronounce. It's a French name. I don't think it's on the back. Oh, Etienne. I don't know, but anyway, she catches feelings for this guy, but he has a girlfriend, and he won't break up with his girlfriend, but you can tell he likes Anna, but they can't do anything because he has a girlfriend. Can you hear it raining? Hopefully it's not too distracting. But anyways, it's raining pretty hard. But it's just them doing that, and they're getting closer because they're both from far out of town, because obviously they're in Paris. But his mom is diagnosed with cancer, and his dad's not nice and won't let him go home for Thanksgiving. And Anna can't go home for Thanksgiving, so they're basically the only 2 people in this whole school, and they get so close. It's so good. It's really good. Really good story. Definitely pick this up. I'm excited to read the other 2 because I do own them. Probably, maybe in April I will. But yeah, this was 4.5 stars. The first half I was obsessed. The last half I was a little bit less obsessed, but I still loved it. So yeah. Then I read The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I forgot to get this off my shelf, so I just pulled it off my shelf. But The Guest List by Lucy Foley. This another thriller. It was interesting. She's an Irish author, I believe. So that was cool. This was set in Ireland. I didn't know that. But it follows Jules, which is the bride, Jono, which is the best man, Olivia, which is Jules's stepsister, and I don't know what the other one's name is. Oh, and then Hannah, which is Jules's best friend's wife, and the wedding planner who owns this island that they're having the wedding on. And they all have like secrets, and they all have secrets, and they don't like the groom, and someone ends up dying, and you're trying to figure out why they died, and who did it. This was interesting. Definitely fast-paced. The end plot twists were amazing. I did not expect it. But yeah, this was 3.5 stars. Yeah, it was good. Then I read Reckless by Lauren Roberts. Finally. I have been meaning to read this for over 6 months. Yeah, over 6 months. Maybe even like 10 months. I don't know. But I finally picked it up because it's on my 26th reading 2026. And I adored it. It was really, really, really good. I read it in like 36 hours, like less than 2 days. Kai, as for the man you are amazing. I love Peyton. Anyways, so this series, the first book, Powerless, follows Peyton and Kai. Peyton is powerless in a world of people full of powers who kill people who don't have powers. Kai is one of the people who kills people who doesn't have powers. He's the prince. She lives in the slums in trash. She doesn't have powers, but she pretends to be a psychic. So people like him don't kill her. Then she ends up saving his life, and she is swept into these elite games, kind of Hunger Games-esque, where they have to kill each other with their powers, but she doesn't have any powers. So this is the book following the aftermath of that. Okay, so good. I love them, and I'm currently reading Fearless, which is the third and final book in the series. This is 4.5 stars. Then, last but not least, I read Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the final book in the Harry Potter series. 800 pages. I'm sad the series is over. I loved this book. This and Wings of Starlight is probably, either one of them is my favorite book of the month. So good. But if you don't know what Harry Potter is, you've been living under a rock, because it's amazing and very popular. But anyway, Harry Potter, he's a wizard. He lives with muggles, which are humans without powers. And he has this scar on his forehead that looks like a lightning mark, because he who shall not be named, Voldemort, is the evilest wizard in the world, I guess you should say. He killed Harry's parents and tried to kill him but couldn't, so left a mark on his head. Anyways, he finds out he's a wizard at 11 years old when he gets a letter to Hogwarts Wizard School, and he starts going there. But this is the last book in the series, the 7th book. So good. I listened to all of it except for the last 70 pages, which I read on my own. So good. 4.75 stars. I love these characters. I love the series. Again, love the epilogue. Love when they wrap it up. Love when authors wrap it up like that. Nothing better. But yeah. 800 lovely pages. I'm gonna miss this series. But yeah. That's the last book. But yeah, those are the 11 books I read in the month of March. I think it was a good reading month. I didn't have anything under 3 stars, so that was good. But yeah, I'm very excited for April. I was going to do an April TBR video, like April TBR jar video, but then I'm like, I'm just gonna mood read all month, because that's what I did this month, besides my book club books. Lately, I've been just mood reading, like picking up random books off my shelves, as you can see, and I want to keep doing that because that's fun. Like usually I'm the type of person to like, okay, I'm going to read this book and then I'm going to read this book and then I'm going to read this book and then I'm going to read this book. Like have it all planned out. These ones, I just picked up whatever I felt like besides my book club books. So I think I'm just going to keep doing that because that's fun and it's less stressful. Like I'm not 100% rushing to finish to get to the next one because I don't even know what I'm going to read next, you know? And I like that. So I think we're going to keep that up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below your favorite book that you read in March. And I hope you all have a happy Easter. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Ah! Did all of this past year mean anything? I'm gonna set them here actually, so that you can see my cute little rabbit. Maybe it's all in my mind. It's a really good book. I read it. I started. I don't know where land is. A couple. Then I read. Sometimes I wonder if it really is the end. Yes.
In your bin of stuff that you have,
but lately, and the main character, Declan, the main haunting me all of the time. I take back that I said.